World of YouTube, Tab for Sight here with another video on Britney T. Which, mind you, I'd like to add, if you look up Britney T without missing, you'll get the eyesore sight of Britney Spears t-shirts. Oh my God. Not a huge fan of that girl, but Jesus Christ. I mean, I feel sorry for her, what her father did to her, but not a huge fan, and it sucks you gotta look someone up and you're gonna get nothing but t-shirts. But anyways, as I said in a previous video, a lot of the outskirts of Brookfield is a lot of wooded area and fields, farming fields. Definitely not a town you want to live in and become missing. That's for sure. But as we are here at Lewis Field, along Main Street, you got East Main Street, West Main Street, and this is Main Street. Now, it's tough to say because they don't say where a house is. But, the only thing I can think of her walking, maybe, is to head over and, just to get maybe some exercise that day. But then again, nobody's going to know why this girl left her house and just happened to, not take her car. But I could see her traveling over onto the Cumberland Farms. They did bring up some surveillance of her in a store, but I don't think it was that day. I think they just put it up to show the type of clothes she was wearing, which was a black winter jacket. She had jeans, and I believe they were jeans and work boots. But like I say, the only reason why I could see this woman just happened to wanting to go out, maybe take a little walk, get some fresh air, head over to the Cumberland Farms, do what you're gonna do, but in the meantime, end up meeting your demise because of the simple fact of, was somebody stalking her? Was somebody following her? I wish this goddamn stupid shit would clear off the page. You're a jerk. But anyways, can't get this stuff out of my way. But as you can see clearly, we have, couple houses, or quite a few houses maybe, but they all are, set back off the road and to be seen by Lewis Field. One can only say that she was in between the opening and throughout the tree area here, or maybe the tree line here, and whoever was obviously I want to say stalking her. Someone might have caught wind of her, maybe doing this before, but that's one thing that's not mentioned, that she, once in a great while take a walk, just to go out, let alone, we had that cold day where everybody was told to stay in, which is pretty ridiculous to me, but got out. Oh no, this was way before that cold day. This was in January. So, it must have been a nice day, excuse me. Don't want to confuse that with anything, but obviously it might have been a nice day that day just to get out. Even though this has been a mild winter. Winter. Maybe she did get caught up in a couple days of rain. Wanted to get out, but the question is, did she do this frequently? The sister don't, mention any of that. And all she keeps saying is she don't know why she left her house and, so forth, whatever. But, I mean, the only thing you could think in this case is that someone or someone's, probably maybe even a couple people, out in that area taking, hell, it could be even one of them, not sex slaves, but, one of them rings of, sex slaving, just kidnapping women, looking vulnerable, putting them out on the market, pimping them out, disgusting crap. And these towns are known for that because, right, not a lot of people. You sit in your house out in these kind of towns. I mean, yeah, these are the towns where everybody knows your name. Yeah, doo-doo-doo-doo. I mean, but for whatever reason, that person saw her in this area. The witness claims. What else did they see? Did they see a vehicle nearby? Which actually, no, you probably wouldn't, because as you can see, there's a road here that leads up to the ball field. And of course, I'm sure winter being mild, all these roads are not covered with nothing. And I don't think they'll shut down these fields during the winter, just, leave the roads open if they get snowed in, though, they probably don't plow them. But all in all, what is this? Is that a basketball court? Yep. So, I mean, yeah, there is a possibility that someone was in this parking lot and nobody could see a vehicle, let alone this little dirt or this side road. I would say dirt, but obviously a little side road that you can get into. Yep. Dirt road. It is a dirt road. Who knows if someone was sitting up in that area. But all in all, as you can see, and that's the thing of people, if you're living in a town where people knows everybody, where people sees the same vehicles, the same people, each and every day when a car passes. And this is something that I would be doing if I lived in a rural town like this, small. It's you're on a major highway here too. 148, Route 148 off of Route 9. I mean, of course, you're going to get your travelers passing through. But do you get them travelers that stop and make unannounced stops and, park somewhere? And that's what I'd be looking for. Vehicles that I wouldn't even know or see of. And I would be looking, why is that person parked there? Because, if you know a town good enough, say so, been there all your life. And, I mean, I had someone, I was somewhere where I was looking at a creepy old house. I did get out. And, I did have cars and vehicles, slow down and take a look. It's only common sense. But if people don't think that way, and that's the street smarts, say so, the brainiac street smarts of what you got to look for. You got to have them street smarts to say, whoa, this looks suspicious. And who knows what this witness saw, whether she was just walking, standing there. Like I said, the only reason, or any reason why I would say she was out there, I mean, going to Cumberland Farms. Maybe. Just to get out there. So don't say she had a boyfriend. Don't say she had any kids. Because there's an elementary school, you know, stuff like that. And the state police, well, they're pretty damn close, too, to that. State police, that's crazy. But, all in all, I have driven through this town. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of passerbyers. No, people following Route 9, and that's the way I went into this town, Route 9. And, hell, even if she was going to, well, that's probably even a longer walk, but take a walk to the Dollar General. Or maybe there's like a mom and pop store there. Not on the map, but something a local would know. But yeah, there is all kinds of, you know, thoughts, theories, and ideas. And the one I can only come up with right now is someone was in that park just watching. And, you know, literally just stalking her. Because if it is one of them rings that, right, they snatch you up and put you in the old pimping industry, I mean, yeah, that would only be the best conclusion to this. Because, like I said, when them small towns get hit up and, you know, people become missing, and I'm sure you're going to have all the locals here going, oh, something you'll never expect to happen, but you got to expect the unexpected anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in a town of 200 people. You know, there's always going to be that drifter. There's always going to be that, you know, suspicious car that no one's ever seen. And them are the ones you got to keep your damn eyes open for. It's tough to do, but, you know, this is what people got to think. You got to have that, you know, street smart instinct. And like around here, I try and study vehicles and faces. I mean, every time I pass by someone, I have to look at a face. I have to study it. Vehicles, I study them. When I see something suspicious, I put a plate number down. And actually, here's a perfect example. I don't even think I mentioned this. I was supposed to, but went to Walmart. And some 4 or 5 days ago. Here's a perfect example. And I'll end it here. So I'm in Walmart shopping. I had to go find something for myself. And, you know, the wife and my youngest son were all, you know, off doing what they were doing. I just, you know, sometimes I go look for things without them and take off because, you know, when they go to the store and I don't want to be shopping, you know, I usually stick around with them. When I remember I need something, I go get it before I forget again. And I forget and get in that old age. Half a century this year. But, you know, I walk in the store and I see this woman with this friggin' long cloak. Red. Bright red. Look like friggin' Little Red Riding Hood. One of them cloaks with a hood. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And she was, you know, dead stone face. Just giving this eerie, weird look. And as she's walking by me, because she's storming, and she obviously looked pissed. And at the end of the story, you figure out that she was pissed. But, you know, I get this vibe. I'm thinking, wow, what a freak. And not, you know, a couple seconds after she passed me, this little guy in a suit, 3-piece suit. I hate to insult Pee Wee Herman, but it looked like Pee Wee Herman with dirty blonde hair. He was just that size and petite. You know, small, fragile-looking guy. And this woman was taller than him, actually taller than me. at least like 5'8", 5'9", storming like just giving this look. And he just like 2 seconds later walked by me, and he must have been staring at my hat. Yeah, that's right, because he looked at me like, and just gave this weird look, but he was, staring at my hat. He had to have been. And of course, my little head over here staring at him. Woo. Yeah, I'll show you a freak. No, I'm looking at him like, what the So I guess my wife goes to a hairdresser, and she was in the store that day, the same day, and she seen them people, and they were arguing around her, she said. So she told my wife this. But as soon as we got done shopping, got out to the car, I didn't think I was going to be in the store long, so I backed the truck in. And of course, when the damn wife goes shopping, you come out with a basket full of shit and piss you off, Jesus Christ. So I had to pull the truck out, and as I'm doing this, I'm looking in the mirror to make sure cars ain't coming by to hit me, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking in the mirror, here comes that woman storming out. Like, what the And I pull the truck out, I stop, I get out, pull the tailgate down, and the woman stops right in the middle of the parking lot. Sitting there just... At this point in time, she got sunglasses on. So she must say, I think she had sunglasses on her head in the store and put them on outside. She's standing in the middle of the parking lot. The guy goes and gets in the car. Fucking what the... So I'm looking like watching my back, of course. And then another guy with his mother and I think a little daughter come out, get in their car, and as I'm loading, they're backing out. As they're backing out, the guy is probably like 2 or 3 feet, and the woman wouldn't move. So now if you could picture this guy backing out, woman standing on the driver's side of the car, I could honestly say the front fender of the car, if she would have stepped to the right, she would have bumped right into it. Literally hit it. 2-3 feet. She would have took one good stride, stepped to the right, she would have snapped her body right into it. But she stood there and he got out, but she wouldn't move so he could go forward. Now the only way he could have gone forward without hitting her was with me moving, and that's exactly what I did. I seen what was happening, and as he got to the point where he could go forward, but I was in the way, she turned around and looked straight dead in his face and said, just because you got tires doesn't mean I'm gonna move. What the? I'm like, Jesus. So I looked at the guy and I looked at her, and he's over there shaking his head at me, and I'm like, hang on a sec. So I get in, tell the wife to push the carriage up. I go as far, to 2 cars, and then I pull way over, got out of the way, and then he moved. He said, thank you. So I finished loading the truck. I went to go push the carriage back, and I'm watching this woman still standing. Cars are passing her on the left side of her, but she doesn't move a bit, not an inch. She's just standing there just giving this stupid, smug look. So I finished up, shut tailgate, go to push the carriage back. Of course, I had to pass her. And, I was like probably 8 feet from her now, going to the carriage loft. Push the carriage in the loft thingy there. Start walking back. And what does she do? And you better learn to mind your business. What the fuck? I didn't budge an inch to turn around and say F you or what the hell are you talking to me? I just went straight to the truck, got in. I'm like, all right. I felt very suspicious. I don't know what the hell this woman was trying to do. But I said, hell with it. I'm calling the cops. Because you don't know what she's got in her cloak. She's got a big knife. Hell, she could even have a friggin' gun. And for that one person to say so, tick her off, you know, do something crazy. Or who knows if they were in there to maybe even kidnap somebody. Find some sucker. But whatever the case may be, I call the cops. I'm like, F this. You're going to sit here and say to me, mind my business. And when you're over here causing ruckus. And as I'm sitting at the end of the parking lot now, Walmart, watching them, they were arguing. They were pointing fingers over here, pointing fingers in the face. You know, they were going at it at each other. You could see their body language was very rough. I mean, they were really getting in each other's face. And, so yeah, I call the cops. They get there. They come around the back where these people could see them. Now, if anybody knows, you know, the local Walmart in Leominster, you got two entrances, two roads that come in. They came up the road where the bridge is, very narrow bridge. They didn't come in from the highway way. And they saw them. They literally got in their car and backed out. And they were really moving. And I was lucky enough to get a license plate. But I'll be back. Bear with me. Well, YouTube, I have to take a second part into this video. I had to take a long break. But as I was saying earlier, about the woman and the guy in the cloak, as they got in their car and sped off. You know, the cops came there. I actually was able, like I said, was able to get a license plate, gave him the license plate number. The picture came up, you know, on the screen, and I seen the guy, and I was like, yeah, that's the guy. And, you know, with that being said, who knows what these people are capable of doing. I mean, they could be rightfully someone that, you know, whether or not they, you know, use this kind of metaphor to kidnap people or insurance scam or try to sue because someone hit them. But, you know, whatever the... So once again, as I was saying, who knows what these intentions of these people were. I mean, I definitely was, you know, didn't like the attitude this woman gave me, nor giving people in the parking lot, you know. But, you know, rightfully, anybody getting up in these situations, let alone, you know, being in a town like Brookfield, you know, it might take that long story short, and just to be, you know, just walking down the street, let alone going out shopping. Anything can happen these days, and it's just getting more and more disturbing, you know, disturbingly insane, because, you know, the more people get away with stuff, or just literally randomly, you know, say so, you know, get that waiver, we'll call it, from, say so, the law, the judge, whatever the case may be, you know, the more people are going to think they can get away with stuff and keep doing stuff just like this. So, I mean, it is sick to say, and it's sick to even think. But, my, thoughts, theories on this case in general is most definitely... Oh, look at that. There's a Dollar General just down there from the Lewis Field. So, yeah, she could have rightfully been going to that Dollar General, Cumberland Farms, whatever the case may be. What the hell is a Tombstone Trading Company? Oh, well, the Cumberland Farms is not too far either. As I was looking at the map earlier, with it spread out, it looks further than what it is, but as you can see, not too far from the Lewis Field. So, yep, all in all I can say is that the more and more the world gets corrupt around here and people get away with stuff, the more you're gonna see more shit happen. So, more of. That means we need to take more of a stand. We need to take more of a lead. We need to be more aware. You know, we need to train ourselves very... and they're even talking about that on ZLX this morning. About getting attacked, mind you. Kevin, Pete, and Heather on the Carlson, McKenzie, and Heather show, WZLX show I like to, listen to a lot. And even they were talking about it this morning, about being attacked. And Kevin, I guess, was in a convenience store or a smoke shop. And I'll end it here. Saw, a suspicious-looking man. There's a woman behind the counter. He said he sat out in the car with his phone, dialed 911, had a, maybe like a stick or a club or something, I don't know, set up in his car. But he was ready to be prepared if something went down, if this woman got robbed in the smoke shop. Heather was talking about her kid had to do a karate class. He's learning about getting, smothered by someone, attacked from behind. Pete said if he ever got attacked from behind, he'd crumble to the ground and faint, or, he'd fetal position himself. Which, I don't know, these two guys are pretty tall and big, and, when I first met them at the Halloween bash in 2019, or even 2018, one of them 2 years I got to go, I was pretty intimidated of them. They're pretty big dudes. I mean, they are big in weight and everything and tall, so... they didn't look like Kevin stormed through the the bar there near the Foxborough Field, the Patriots place. I got to go out there and, wear my Michael Myers costume, but they're pretty big and intimidating. But once you get to know them, they're big, like kids, nice guys, genuine people, And this is the thing why I talk about this kind of stuff, because these people, right, have no street smarts, nor do they have, like, a killer instinct. And, for them to do what they do and stuff, Heather has it right of training her kids in the martial arts world, combat. Whatever, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian, kung fu, whatever the case may be, any of them, even if you can get trained of Bruce Lee's jiu-jitsu, I believe it's called, but anything to be trained and well into that hand-to-hand combat stuff. Perfect. Get yourself a baton or, any type of little weapon that can just pow. These days you got to be prepared. And like I said, why don't they have like a emergency alert, like life alert? I think that would be another step into the future. So if someone does get abducted and no one knows about that thing, and wherever it may be, there you go. You can track that person. Especially when you know that person ain't the type, to take off and say a couple hours they're missing, and you got that gut feeling, so you can just take that and say, this person missing. And I'm sure they got their emergency alert pressed off, check it. But then again, it would go straight to a police facility like Life Alert anyways. So that tracker would beam someone, follow them, and catch the person, That's what I think. These days, like these cases, it's getting insane. Stuff like this, I don't know, man. Until that next video, be safe, take care, always beware. You don't know where you're going to be, just like this woman, and be snatched up. And then where are you? Yeah. Found months, years, weeks. Doesn't matter later. And it's all too late. Big changes need to be done, folks. Big changes. Until then, be safe, take care, and always beware. Out.